We all know that Zeus had a lot of extramarital affairs. No one was off limits to Zeus. This obviously made his sister wife very upset. Hera was constantly exacting her rage onto the lovers of Zeus. But did Hera have any lovers herself? The answer is no. And I feel like that's kind of unfair. I mean, he had so many affairs. Surely she'd be entitled to at least one, but no. Not as far as I have noticed. But did you know that originally Hera did not want to marry Zeus? In fact, Hera actually rejected Zeus a number of times. This didn't stop Zeus from trying to pursue her. And I'm not really sure why out of all of his sisters he was going to pick Hera to be his wife. But this is how their relationship began. Hera was staunchly like, no, I'm not going to marry you. And she held her ground. So Zeus decided to be a bit clever and he transformed himself into a cuckoo bird. And he drenched his feathers in rainwater. And he sort of hopped up to Hera and was like, oh, I'm just a weak little bird. I almost drowned. Oh my god. And Hera's like, wow, what a cute little cuckoo bird. And she scoops him up and cradles him in her bosom for warmth. And at that moment, Zeus was like, ha, it's me. He turned back into his real self. And I kind of imagine that he was right up in her face, just like this. And from that moment forward, Hera, she just fell in love with him. So he asked her again, be my wife. And she was like, okay. So Zeus is the god of gods, right? So of course their wedding was extremely lavish. We all know that Gaia, the goddess of the earth, gifted Hera with this magical tree that would bear golden apples. And she kept it in the garden of the Hesperides, guarded by the 3 goddesses and a snake. Once the wedding and the gift giving was over, their wedding night lasted for 300 years. I'm not totally sure what they mean by that. Every night for 300 years it was their wedding night, maybe? But Zeus had several lovers and Hera had none. There was this guy called Ixion who was lusting after Hera, and that's when Zeus made a cloud version of Hera, a cloud set in the shape of Hera, and Ixion slept with it, and then they had a cloud baby, because it wasn't really Hera, it was just a cloud that looked like Hera. But that's about as close as we get. And you know how Athena was born out of Zeus's head because he swallowed Metis, Athena's mother? Well, Hera was like, I'm gonna try that too. And she tried to have a baby by herself, right? And it ended up being Hephaestus, and he was severely deformed, so she kicked him out of Mount Olympus.